All right, hey everyone. Hey, I know I said I don't like current events, but there's just things that happen that are brought to my attention, and I want to bring it to your attention so that you can evaluate it, and you might have missed it. So, if you aren't aware, Pastor Robert Jeffress is the preacher in downtown Dallas, First Baptist Church. It's a mega church. And he's got $1 million project to create an oasis of Christianity, a little piece of heaven, I guess, in Dallas area. And he has made some good statements about Muslims and homosexuality. But the reason I call Pastor Robert Jeffress a coward is that I tried to reach out to him when we were putting together the Birther Summit, and Pastor Sheriff Joe Arpaio came out with evidence that Obama put out a forged birth certificate. And I communicated with his representatives. And his representatives said that Pastor Robert Jeffress cannot come or support or in any way be associated with the Birther Summit in Dallas because Pastor Robert Jeffress does not get involved in political issues. And he has the right to refuse us, right? So I said, okay, well, if that's his reason, that Pastor Robert Jeffress does not get involved in political issues, then, I appreciate your time. Thank you for your time. And that was the end of that conversation. It would have been great if Pastor Robert Jeffress had offered his church and his support to Sheriff Joe Arpaio and to the Birther Summit when we had all of those speakers come down and participate in Dallas, including Pastor James David Manning, Pastor Carl Gallups, Pastor Stefan Broden, Dr. Orly Tates, and we had a special message from Lieutenant Colonel Terry Lakin, Pastor Wiley Drake, and Alfred Adask, okay, and Mickey Booth. Mickey Booth came down as well. And I might have missed someone. I hope I did not. But in any event, we had all of those speakers, and it would have been ideal if Pastor Robert Jeffress had let us borrow or have some way his support for that. But he said he does not get involved in political issues. And thank God for Pastor Stefan Broden, who did offer his church, and we held the event at his church. So in any event, a few days later, after the Birther Summit, or after I had reached out to him, I read in the news that Pastor Robert Jeffress endorses Mitt Romney and shared values. Okay, so Pastor Robert Jeffress, who just told me he don't want to get involved in the Birther Summit, a few days later, it comes out and publicly endorses Mitt Romney and shared values, right? When he had just said he don't get involved in political issues. And so I consider Pastor Robert Jeffress a hypocrite / coward. He absolutely lost an opportunity to drive a stake right into the heart of the Obama administration and to take it down at their Achilles heel. And so I got no respect for Pastor Robert Jeffress based on my experience with that Birther Summit. But that's not what I want to make the video on. I wanted to give you that as the background information. I'm going to put a link in the information bar, 2 links. One is Robert Jeffress supporting Mitt Romney. And Robert Jeffress has spoke out about Mormons. So it is a huge compromise, right, for Christian ideals to reach out and embrace a Mormon. But Tim Tebow, and I haven't kept up with football since like Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, right? Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman. That was the last. I hadn't paid attention to professional sports. I could care less about professional sports. I'll tell you something. When you become a Christian, the reality of life is enough excitement. I don't need a fake reality to turn on a TV and watch 2 teams pass a pigskin around. It's just the most boringest thing in the world. When you get awake to the truth of the world as a Christian, it's just waking up in the morning is exciting. I mean, I feel like I'm in a war with Satan every day. But I'm going to put this link in the information bar. It's Tim Tebow, and I guess he's some quarterback somewhere. I don't even know what team he plays for, believe it or not. But it says New York Jets, okay? But let me just read this to you guys, okay? This is the kind of Christians we got in the world today. Now, just keep in mind, I already think Pastor Robert Jeffress is a coward, but here's what we got going on here. Tim Tebow backs out of a church appearance. New York Jets quarterback Tim Tebow is canceling an appearance at a Baptist megachurch in Dallas after gay activists and some in the media pressured him to back out. Well, this is a big tough guy. This is a big quarterback. This is a big, giant of our Christian faith in the year 2013, and some gay activists put some pressure on him because Robert Jeffress, even Robert Jeffress, is too conservative. So they accused Pastor Robert Jeffress at First Baptist Church in Dallas of leading a hate-filled ministry. Hate-filled ministry, my butt. The Christian Post reported that Jeffress recently defended himself to simply say that Jesus Christ offers salvation to anyone who believes in him, and that sex should be between a man and a woman, and marriage, that should be considered hate speech. He asked, I don't understand. So it says Tebow tweeted. I don't think I've ever tweeted anything. I might have read some tweets. I guess you send out little text messages to all your followers. It says Tebow tweeted Thursday that he was canceling the appearance due to new information that has been brought to my attention. Jeffress said that Tebow wasn't going to speak about anything controversial. We had planned for him to speak very positively about the difference Jesus Christ made in his life. So Tim Tebow got some pressure. He couldn't upset the queer fags of the world, the San Francisco fairy fruits, and Tim Tebow backed out of a speaking engagement with Robert Jeffress. So the way I view that is we have one coward who won't speak up about the birth certificate, says he won't do anything political, who came out and publicly endorsed Mitt Romney, and is now getting his just desserts because the big party he had planned to have Tim Tebow, the great quarterback, the big tough guy Christian, come in and speak at his rally. He ain't coming because Robert Jeffress said something bad about fags. So we got cowards turning on cowards, and that's the shape of this Laodicean Christian church that we've got going on in the last days. And it makes God sick. It makes God sick. You know why I think it makes God sick? Because that's what you do when you spew something out of your mouth. You vomit. God said you should be hot or you be cold. And there's nothing wrong with being a fool for Christ. I ain't here to, we should not be here to impress people with our intelligence. I think God respects loyalty and obedience, much more than, showing off how smart you are. But anyway, check out the two links. Tim Tebow, the great Christian quarterback guy, backs out of Robert Jeffress, and that's the state of what we got going on. May God bless and protect the righteous. May God bless and protect the people who believe the Bible and can hold the Bible in their hand and study the Bible. And may God bring divine justice to the wicked people of the world.